Hi guys, doing my makeup today. No, I've not done any in a few days, so I'm sorry about that. I thought I would do a nice smoky eye using the new eyeshadow palette that I got. So we've got that gorgeous silver in the middle there that I really want to do something with. Hang on. There we go. So it's gorgeous shimmery silvers in there, and I really want to do something with that middle one. And I'll try and keep it as easy to follow and as little as brushes as possible. But yeah, we're going straight in with our makeup, and I'm having a bit of a cheat day. So my cheat day is I'm not doing everything like I'm supposed to, or like I would normally do, which is good because it means it gives different stuff for you guys to do. So I am using my trusty rose water from Unique and my beauty blender, and I'm going to soak the beauty blender and then I'm going to soak myself. So the rose water can be used as a setting or a priming product, as well as the fact it's antiseptic. It helps tone the skin. There's so many benefits you will not believe. And then on my beauty blender, onto my hand. Just kind of, yeah. I'm literally just, I've noticed a lot of people have problems with like makeup either smudging or fine lines from your makeup brushes, and you don't quite know how to get rid of it. So if you're using a brush, obviously the best way to get rid of it is by blotting it on. So a bit like what I'm doing now, only with a brush on your foundation, and you kind of blot it into its place, and then set it. Or you can do what I've done and just get your beauty blender after you've rubbed in your foundation, and then you can just smear all those lines out of the way by simply dabbing them away. So then we are going in with the Unique's bronzer. Wrong brush. So sculpting is all about placement, really. So you want to go from the corner of your ear to the corner of your lip, leaving a gappy two finger. That there is your ideal bronzing place for your cheeks. So I'm just picked up a bit more up, and I'm going to make that line a bit darker and bring it upwards. And you can make that as dark or as light as you want. It looks a lot lighter on the phone, but it is quite dark in real life. And it's just matching it up. And it said it is a lot darker in real life than it is on the phone. So if you're like me and you've got a bit of a double chin, doing a U here helps kind of hide the double chin a bit. And then the forehead is always a difficult one, because even though I'm doing all the way across right into where I've bronzed, you might not have the same face shape as you. So the best thing you can do is find out what face shape you have. Once you find out what face shape you have, you know where to put your bronzers, your highlighters and your blushers. I like to put my blusher higher up, and that is purely because I find it makes my face look smaller. It doesn't look such a fat face, and then I just blend it in. So this one I'm using is the Unique I'm Blushing, I believe it's called, all-in-one colour stick. It's creamy textures, works really well as my skin is so dry since I've been like perimenopausal. So using powders, it's just not quite there for me, just purely because my skin is just so dehydrated at the moment anyway. And then highlight. And then I can finally put this back on. And then I'm going to fine mist the rose water as my setting spray. Like so. So then we are going to do our eyeshadow. So I'm going to try and work out as little as brush as possible how you can do this. We'll do our eyebrows afterwards. Right, so we don't need that one when we've got... Right, that's something else. Let's have a look. What do we need? That's that one. That's fine. So we just need 1, 2, 3. It's not quite the brush I wanted. Have I got it here? Yes, I do. Okay, so not that one, but that one. Okay, so technically 5 brushes, or maybe 6, because 2 of them are 2-in-1s. So we've got a fluffy brush, blending brush, fluffy blending brush, whatever you want to call it. And then we have got our sponge and a angled fluff brush. I don't even know what it's called actually. Angled shadow brush, I thought so. And then we've got a liner brush, and we have got the, oh god, I can't even see, angled fine line and angled brush. And then we've got the crease brush. So I don't want to go too dark if I can help it, but this eyeshadow palette is literally screaming at me to go dark. So I'm going to try and do it dark but as light as possible, if that makes any sense at all. So I'm going to go in with the black, and we are going in with the liner brush first, and we are going to get into our corner where my eyeliner already is, because that's the eyeliner of my lashes. So I've already got my lashes on, and I'm coming underneath and then pick a bit more up, and then I'm going to make a bigger like that, and then I'm just going to straighten any out. Now remember, when you do hooded eyes, so I'm going to talk you through it on the other side now. So when you've got hooded eyes, you can't just put eyeshadow on as normal people do, because it just won't get seen. When you've got hooded eyes, you need to look down into a mirror, and you need to look straight, and you start where the color, just above the crease in your eye, and you go just above, just where your colour starts. So you go from there upwards. So from there, like that, and then we're going straight in with the blending brush. I've got a hair on my arm and it's itchy. And we're going to soften all this harsh line out. Circular motions and windshield wipers, and just really get that so it's not so dark, so it's going to be more of a grey. And remember to always blend like upwards and downwards. If you want it downwards, blend it downwards. If you want it to really be seen and pop, blend it upwards. And just put it where you feel most comfortable. And I'm just blending this corner out so it kind of makes an angle like that. So you can see I've softened it out a lot. So I'm going to do the same on this side. So where you hold your brush is another thing. So if you hold it where you're really controlling it, so in the middle, hang on. So if you hold it at the end, it's very free and very loose. If you hold it firmly in the middle, you're not gonna, it's still a bit loose, but you're gonna have full control, or most control. Whereas if you hold it here, you literally have a very straight, very heavily held, and it's going to be harder to actually manipulate the powder into the way that you want it. So you can see I've left the corners darker than the rest, and that's exactly what I want. So now I'm going in with the other side of the liner shader brush, and I'm going in with a let's have a look. We are going in with a lighter one, which I'm going to go with this greyish one here, and we are going to and then blending brush again, which is by here, and we're just gonna blend that out a bit. Okay. All over the lid and just coming up higher so it just blends very nicely. And then we're going to take the other side and we're going to pick up the glitter, and we're going just on the lid with the glitter into the corner of the eye. And just on the lid with this one, not all the way across, just over halfway. So all over the eyelid. And I'm just going to get this a little bit darker in this corner. And then going in with the silver, the glittery, right in the corner, and we're just placing it just on the lid, just over halfway, like so. And then just make sure this is nicely blended. Yeah, and once you're happy, that is your eye complete. Now you could get away with putting a bit more black under your eye, so to show you. Don't know why you're so high at that. There we go. So that is the eyes done. Now we are going in with the collection eyebrow. Just have my eyebrows threaded today. So they're nice and clean. Makes it so much easier to know where to put it. Like that. And then, so I was thinking about it and I couldn't decide between the Unique Very Red or trying this matte red lippy, and I think the red lippy goes just a little bit better with this look. Oh yes, oh yeah, I'm feeling that. I'm feeling very much that. Love it, love it, love it. And then I'm just going to put the Twisted, because this is a 2-in-1 mascara. There's one and there's two. So I've already got tatty lashes on. So I'm just going to get the littlest one and just put some lashes on the under eyes. And that is me done and dusted and complete. Thank you for watching. Need any tips? Let me know.